I'm going to bring this up to Joe Bannister coming up later, former Treasury officer in enforcement, because he's been listed in MIAC reports and others. They also list mainline libertarian groups as terrorists. So we'll cover this more in the last hour today when Joe Bannister joins us to talk about the IRS and a lot of other issues. Naomi Wolf's coming up, but right now I want to get into it. Unclassified for official use only, right-wing extremism, current economic and political climate, fueling resurgence in radicalization and recruitment. And this story's up on Infowars.com, and a story written by Kurt Nemo. I called the FBI. I called the different organizations that are here in the document, the NICC, the National Information Coordinating Center. I called them and confirmed it. You can call the phone numbers on here if you'd like to talk to the FBI and others. You are certainly welcome to do so. And what does the document say? That's not my marked copy. Here's my marked copy. They were pulling these copies down off the web last night before we got it put on our server, so I had a couple copies printed. Okay, it says the same exact wording that are on the state documents written by the feds about this is secret, you can't release it, and any cops that release it will get in big trouble. This is Section U, Key Findings. The economic downturn and the election of the first African-American president present unique drivers for right-wing radicalization and recruitment, so they imply everybody's racist. It says right-wing extremists have capitalized on the election of the first American president and are focusing their efforts on to recruit new members, mobilize existing supporters. Well, yeah, you're supposed to do that in America. Mobilize against tyranny. And broaden their scope and appeal through propaganda. But they have not yet turned to their attack plan. Then they go into listing mainline gun groups. We haven't yet turned to the attack plan. You haven't burned up any churches lately, feds, huh? The possible passage of new restrictions on firearms and the return of military veterans, facing significant challenges reintegrating into their community. So it goes on to attack veterans big time. Here is page 3. Proposed imposition of firearms restrictions, that's the introduced bills, and weapons bans are attracting new members into the ranks of right-wing extremist groups, as well as potential spurs, some of them, to begin planning and training for violence against the government. The high volume of purchases, now this is the key, the high volume of purchases and stockpiling of weapons and ammunition by right-wing extremists in anticipation of restrictions and bans in some parts of the country continue to be a primary concern to law enforcement. So their primary concern is the fact that you're buying guns and ammo. And they say later that everybody buying guns and ammo is basically a terrorist. Their primary concern to law enforcement is that you're buying guns and ammo. In addition, the historical election of an African-American president, the prospect of policy changes are proving to be a driving force for right-wing extremist recruitment and radicalization. And they go on and talk about terrorism. They say anti-government ideology is racist. Nothing to do with it. It goes on to say, exploiting economic downturn. The perceived loss of U.S. jobs in manufacturing, construction sectors, and home foreclosures is anti-Semitic. So I just quoted that. They say the perceived loss, and they go on to say it's propaganda, that we're lying about the economy and that we're terrorists. So it goes on to say historical presidential election. Social programs to minorities and firearms restrictions being the policies of Barack Obama is also, they're saying we're coming after your guns and the terrorists don't want that and the terrorists are buying guns and ammo. It goes on to say economic hardship and extremism. It says prominent anti-government conspiracy theorists have incorporated aspects of the impending economic collapse to intensify fear and paranoia. It says we're making up detention camps. In the MIAC, though, they admit they've built them. And then it gets into they may have to restrict free speech. We'll cover that when we come back. So stay with us. This is a federal document from the very top. Pepperspray.com. We live in an unpredictable world, and as everyone knows, I'm all about preparedness. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's why I want you to visit our new sponsor, pepperspray.com, to check out their wide variety of personal security products they have available on their website. Since 1994, pepperspray.com has made your personal safety their #1 priority. So give them a call at 1-800-908-9988. Again, that number is 1-800-908-9988. Or visit them at pepperspray.com and give yourself some peace of mind. On the web since '94, sell a wide variety of personal safety and security products. You're not only getting security but peace of mind you deserve as well. Free shipping on orders above $99. Pepper spray of all kinds and strengths, stun guns and tasers, animal repellents, home safety, personal alarms, and much more. Pepperspray.com. Okay, coming up here in about 3 minutes. We have best-selling author and the new filmmaker who made the documentary, The End of America, 2 DVD set. Naomi Wolf is the author of 7 books, including the New York Times bestseller, The Beauty Myth, The End of America, and Give Me Liberty. She has toured the speaking world to audiences of all walks of life and gender equity, social justice, and most recently the defense of liberty in America internationally. She's the co-founder of the Woodhull Institute for Ethical Leadership, who teaches ethics and empowerment of young women leaders. And it goes on. She really doesn't need any introduction. That's coming up here in just a few minutes. I've got to finish this, and I'm going to get more into it with Joe Bannister coming up in the next hour. Got this newest secret federal document that I call the FBI confirmed as theirs. It goes on to basically say if you don't want to hand your guns in, you don't like what the banks are doing to you, you don't like Barack Obama, it's because he's black. You're racist. And that gun owners buying ammo and guns are terrorists. It says these are terrorists, and that our #1 threat is the American people. So here they are saying, you're gun owners, you're terrorists. Debates over appropriate legislation levels and enforcement policy generally fall in the realm of protected political speech, generally, under the First Amendment. But in some cases, anti-immigration or strident pro-enforcement fervor has been directed against specific groups and has the potential to turn violent. That means when the illegal aliens, on hundreds of videos I've seen, beat up old ladies with 2x4s, then they arrest the old ladies. And you can Google those videos. The illegal aliens, well, it's in my film, Endgame. We had a little bonus 17-minute film, Battle for the Republic, and it shows the illegal aliens blocking traffic without a permit, and a guy is waving his hand out the car saying, shut up. So the cops come over, knock his teeth out, bloody his face, and the illegals come over and celebrate with him. The officers celebrate the death of freedom, and this is how the tyranny works. So that's in my film. In fact, Google Battle for the Republic and Alex Jones, Battle for the Republic. It's an extra from Endgame. It's all over the web. And just while we're talking to Naomi, let's just play the video of the cops and illegals beating up citizens that dare do anything. Yeah. So that's coming up. And then it says legislative and judicial drivers, they admit they've introduced gun bans. They say when they ban the guns, the American terrorist gun owner will fight back. You can go read that. They say stockpiling weapons and ammunition is right-wing terror and that they're terrorists. They say you have a right to keep and bear arms, but that means that they can ban your guns. They say, yes, it's a right for us to ban your guns. That's in the section under legislative. It says the court reaffirmed the individual's right to keep and bear arms under the Second Amendment to the Constitution, but left open the debate. No, it didn't. The precise contours of that right, because debate, and it goes on to say they can restrict it. So we'll be covering that. Disgruntled military veterans says they got to stop them, and it just goes on from there on out. So we go out and protest the private Federal Reserve. We have the Army spying on us at those events. And it's now admitted. We don't like offshore banks stealing everything. Well, the Army was up there watching me and Ron Paul's brother in Dallas. And it said in the document published at Infowars.com that we are terrorists. It says, be careful, these terrorists may attack you. It tells the military to be in plain clothes, how to arrive separate cars, to watch out. We may kill them any moment. This is the secret police takeover. And did it go away under Obama? No, it expanded. So we're going to Naomi Wolf. I appreciate joining us here in just one moment. Had to finish that, though.